Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another stadium video. This is not another stadium video. Guys, Blizzard have released an enormous Overwatch Stadium patch. Basically, the whole game has changed. Half of Moira's kit's changed. We're going to be covering it all, but kind of gradually. Okay, because I don't want to just suddenly put together a build and, in 10 minutes and then say, guys, this is the best build. Like, go play this. What I will tell you about this video is this is the first time that I've tried playing this. I think it's very strong, but I think it's also a bit bugged. Either way, it is incredibly fun to play. Try it while you can, because I think they'll make a change. We're going to be using a power. I don't yet know the name of it. I can't remember what it's called. But when you fade through enemies, you get a Mini-Coalescence. And people were always asking me to do Coalescence builds. Guys, if you like those, this season is for you. At least for now. There probably will be changes. We actually played 2 games here. In the first game, obviously I said it's the first attempt. We're going to be trying some things out. In the second game, we're going to fly. Okay, definitely stick around for that one. So look, necrotic orbs here as well. I was thinking about maybe covering all of the powers, but instead, let's just go with this. Spectral Beam. That is the one. If you pass through an enemy during fade, cast Coalescence for 1.25 seconds at 60%. Reduced effectiveness. You also, the more enemies you fade through, the more Coalescence you get out of it. I don't think, and I'm not 100% sure on this, there's the reduced 60% effectiveness. I think you're getting a full Coalescence. Now that sounds really strong, right? You're going, oh my god, it's completely bugged. The thing is, Coalescence is terrible, right? Having 2 seconds of Coalescence or 1.65 seconds of Coalescence does nothing. And it would do nothing with it, like worse than nothing if you had 60% reduced effectiveness. So regardless if it's bugged, I think it's actually quite balanced. You'll see in this video, and you tell me if they do fix it. If it's broken, then yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be using this power. So they might need to reword that. Anyway, we're going into round 1. We're against a Xayah, a Soldier 76, a Cassidy, a Mercy, and a very annoying Jetpack Cat. That's a spoiler, but you don't know why. Trust me, they're very, very annoying. And if you see, look, we're trying to fade through players, because I've never tried this power up at this point. That's all the Coalescence you get from fading through one player. So we're in their backline. Just, again, we're just... Each time we get a Coalescence, but it's only doing about, like, 40 damage or something in the amount of time that we can get it for. If you also notice, I took Feathered Souls as a gadget, because... At the moment, we can't fade very far, or it's going to be very difficult to fade through multiple enemies. With Feathered Souls, if you're not dealing damage, you get a movement speed increase. And that's going to allow me to like use Feathered Souls, which I didn't do there, fade through hopefully more than one player, and actually get a decent fade out of it. Decent Mini-Coalescence out of it. I've got to get used to all the buttons. Like, this is playing Moira in a way that I have never played before. Mercy gets taken down there. And so we're trying it out. Here's another cool thing about the Mini-Coals. They build ult charge. Which means if you're building into your Coalescence, which, you're going to be doing because you picked Mini-Coalescence, right? Then you're also going to be getting your main Coalescence more often. Oh, can we chase the Cassidy? We did get a fade through him, but it was just through one. So yeah, you're going to be building up your main Coalescence, and then that's obviously going to be strong. So yeah, at the moment, we're just kind of fading into single players. We do get the hang of this a lot more, but it's already kind of crazy, right? We can't fade into that. We can heal with Cole, remember? I mean, that's our main Coalescence. Oh, Cassidy's there. Okay, we did use Feathered Souls there because we were healing. Looking for the Xayah, but she's in bubble right now. Ah, Heal Orb left us. We need another fade. We'll fade through the Xayah. Get the mini-coal. Mercy does get taken down. Soldier 76 is very weak as well. We do eliminate him. Fade through the Xayah. In comes the Coalescence again. Only for a second or so. Jetpack Cat. Okay, well, at least we didn't go off the map. Still flying around really quick here. But we do manage to win the round. Look at that, 12,000 cash earned. I mean, well, no, it's more than that, isn't it? 15,840 cash earned with a Mini-Coalescence. Okay. So, in my opinion, there's two options for this next power. And in the first game, I pick one of them. And in the second game, I pick the other one. So, the options are Void Hoppers or Destruction's Divide. Now, they've changed Void Hoppers. So, it works differently. Basically, it's kind of a combination of Void Hoppers and Scientific Death Odd, but it's mainly about the overhealth. It does phase out players like allies. So I thought at this point that Void Hoppers was going to be the better choice because you need that overhealth to survive after you faded. But I thought Destruction's Divide is going to be much more fun. Alternative Energy, they've changed that. You have to read the description, maybe go back, pause the video, but basically fade gets extended when you fade through a player. You also gain attack speed. Attack speed does affect Coalescence, remember. So it's like the absolute essential item. Then we've also got that blue item, which, you know the item, which I've forgotten what it's called now. Abyss, I'm just guessing here. But basically it makes you jump higher on your fade. But they've added fade duration to it as well. So now we can extend the duration by fading through with alternative energy and with that item and with feathered souls. That's one. We only get one there. That's just the tank. Soldier 76. Does mean our damage is a bit low, but we're hoping that we can just have so many coalescences. Yeah, didn't work out too well for us there, but look, we've got a limit test. It's all completely brand new. And I promise you, we get a lot better with this before the end of the video. A long way before the end of the video. It doesn't mean just go skip to there, right? Like, you be here for the journey. Don't be here for the destination. Right, Feathered Soul, we get a couple there, I think. Oh, but there's no targets. That's kind of annoying. We have Destruction's Divide, remember, so we are going to be dealing a bit more damage with our Coalescence, but we still need multiple players, and we're working that out quickly because there's no duration on it. We have to hit a lot of... I think the minimum that you need is 2. If you don't hit 2, then you kind of want to disengage with that fade. Orisa flying away. Oh, we tried to get heal up. That puts us in a weird position. I used Feathered Souls as a panic button. In my opinion, it was... Well, in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm going to run faster because I need to dodge. But of course, we were dealing damage, so it just instantly cancelled it. Everything's changed, guys. We've got to start again. I'm not going to fade out of spawn because there's a high noon active. I mean, I kind of would use it. Like, shouldn't have maybe faded there because I could have faded through some players. But I think maybe do a bit of grasping. There is one really big downside to this build, by the way, throughout all of the games. And that's, when are we going to ever get an opportunity to heal? Like, okay, maybe if we fade through enemies and then heal our team with the Coalescence, you could absolutely do that. I will be experimenting with using this in a heal bot build, basically, because you do have Coal Legion, which damage amps players that are targeted by Coalescence. But for now, obviously, we're going to focus on the damage one. We got 3 players there, I think. It's about 4 seconds of Coalescence. Soldier doesn't go down. Jetpack Cat, we've got no damage on it, though. We need a fade. Gonna have to go to the Mega, not 3 players here. We've got our main Coal, though, with Destruction's Divide. Xayah does grab us, so we switch to the Heal Beam. It's not going to do that much. The self-heal's quite low, but it's better than nothing at that point. So enemy team in the lead. 21 seconds to go, go, go. As Soldier just trying to get some long-range damage in. We're going to fire a heal orb off onto them. Look for this Feathered Soul fade, maybe. There we go. We've used Feathered Souls already. 2, I think. Jetpack Cat getting very low, but Xayah's tracking us. They're tracking us back every time that we use this fade. And this is why Void Hoppers is probably better, because getting that overhealth from fading through the enemies is going to just buy you enough time, sometimes, to get your fade back up. So yeah, we didn't really get much cash that round. we kind of struggled there. And I think there are options as well to not go for this build right away. You still get the powers, but you don't do this play style right away. Because this build really does scale well. It just is kind of bad at the start. So wrist wraps, ability power, attack speed is going to be great for Coalescence and Destruction's Divide. I was thinking about briefly advanced nanobiotics because of the attack speed that it gives. But then we kind of realized with Destruction's Divide, we're not going to be healing an ally much. And then it's not going to... Yeah, see, it's not really going to work. So I think one thing that you also want to have somewhere in this build is going to be some ability lifesteal. The items that we're getting tend to not have much. Aftermarket firing pin, it's attack speed. It'll help us just grasping in between Coalescence and even afterwards, because, you know, we're not killing the players with it. Alternatively, custom stock, no, we don't want weapon power with a coal build. It's actually probably better to get that power playbook and then weapon grease. But we go for Frenzy Amplifier because potentially it's more fun. If we get the kills. Now, our health is low, our damage output is low, but we're hoping that we can be chaotic. We're hoping that we can, yeah, basically just use Coalescence and see what happens, really. Jetpack Cat flying the Zaya around to the middle of the map. We're going to go for a flank. Hopefully there's some players grouped on the objective. Feathered Souls used. We've still kept that gadget. 3 players. Coalesce. Oh, we've got to heal with the coal. We're in a bit of trouble. You can definitely be more selective with your timing here. We have to bail out of that one because it was just Zaya. Look, no time on the Coalescence at all, really. Soldier's weak. We get that kill. Maybe opportunity to fade through. Did we get 2? I think maybe 2, but Cassidy's pushing us, and we've got the spawn turrets and the Jetpack Cat, who's not yet showing the true signs of annoyingness yet. But they will. They figured something out. Either way, team in the lead. Don't want to use our Feathered Souls out of spawn this time. Like, that's why I normally buy that item, because combined with Electrolytes, you get so much movement speed running out of spawn. Just gets you back even further. Okay, that fade, duration, and extension. Oh, they're pushing us here. Heal orb. We've got a fade again. Okay. Little tickle damage there. I mean, we've still got to make sure that we're being kind of active in between these Coalescences and, well, these fades through. Void Hopper's over health, hopefully helping us out a bit there. Oh, no. Yeah. Jetpack Cat pulled us. We do manage to fade out of it. I mean, not actually fade out of it, but... Right, main Coal with Destruction's Divide. We don't manage to get the Mercy down. Or the Cassidy by the looks of it. See what I mean? Coal's kind of a bad ult. We don't have much damage built into it, which, yeah, is definitely a problem. But it's kind of a bad ult, but we're hoping that we can get it quite frequently, because obviously the Mini-Coalescences do actually build ult charge. We missed every target when we faded in there, so no little Mini-Coalescence. It's rare. I think it's the first time that's happened. We can usually find one. Ideally, we want a bit more self-heal with the coal, but it didn't last very long, so just try and run away a little bit. Fade through. Probably didn't need to, but just means she's not going to annihilate us. And our team making some nice progress. Enemy team trying to push in through top. Orisa flying always looks funny. I want to kind of fade up there. I was like debating, should I fade up there and hopefully get through a player? Okay. Damage onto Soldier, but being healed by the Mercy. Main Coalescence. Bit of self-heal there. Ooh. Okay. We fade through the Zaya, but yeah, we don't get the Mini-Coal because... Or an extension, which is a bit disappointing. I think it would have been nice if it extended Coalescence. I mean, knowing my luck, it probably does, right? And I just didn't notice it. Everyone's like, oh, arcs. Do you not read the patch notes? Honestly, I didn't read the patch notes. I thought, let's just jump into the practice range and take an actual look at the game. I was in the practice range for 5 minutes. I did play one game before this game, like in the season, but I went Chain Grasp because I looked at the changes that they've made to that. I went, oh, that doesn't sound very good. So look, if you look at Chain Grasp at the top, like we're going to pick Void Hoppers, but Chain Grasp now only lasts for 2 seconds, but it's not when you fire an orb, it's when you use any ability or gadget. The problem with that is Fade is like a 0.8 second animation, so you're only going to chain for 1.2, and then I think it takes a little bit of time to actually grasp a player after Fade. So you can't really get much value out of that. And you're losing quite a lot on your orbs. So it means you've got to use a gadget. Right, so basically Chain Grasp is going to be up more often, but it's going to do less. And it might be fine. I think with cooldown reduction, it will be strong enough anyway. Like, you don't need the full 4 seconds, especially if you're orbing, then fading, then orbing, then fading. Like, my anti-survival build... no, anti-sustain, not anti-survival build. That's what you hope every build's going to be. The anti-sustain build might still work. We'll have to have a look and change a few things around. But having that cooldown reduction with that Chain Grasp might be incredibly strong. So we took Lumerico because it's clear that we want some survivability. It still gives us AP. Void Hopper's now with that overhealth. So when we fade through players, we're going to get a big chunk of overhealth. Look at this map as well. We're hoping they all just run through this like main choke point. We can fire the orb. There's no Chain Grasp, right? So we might as well just fire it. Okay, I see 2. 1, 2, 3. I think we got 4. Got 4 seconds of Coalescence. Soldier deleted. We've also got 539 health right now. As we fade through players back to 462, it's like scientific death odd. But also has a little effect with our teammates as well if we're near them. I think I got 2 there. 3 seconds of Coalescence. Soldier 76 deleted. I told you this build scales quite well. Jetpack Cat, we've got to try and get a fade through that. Did we? Well, we faded through something. Still only 1 second. But the downside, as mentioned before with this build, is we're doing actually no healing. Like, actually none. So at this point, we're a DPS, and I mean, we don't really have an alternative. Very occasionally, we can use coal to heal, like there, right? That's all the healing we're doing, but we've got to fade through enemies the whole time. Oh, can we get the Xayah down? Yes. Can we get the Soldier down? Yes. The Cassidy's there. Does also get eliminated. We can fade through our allies as well. That's how Void Hoppers works in that sense. Gives them some overhealth, which I probably should have done just there. But we're trying to push forward to fade through some players. Let's see what we can do here. That's only 1. No. Oh, yeah, okay, Jetpack Cat doing Jetpack Cat things. Can we fade? We just about escape out of that one as well. Damage orb over onto the Xayah. Doesn't do too much. Cassidy needs a heal. Can we get some sort of healing onto him? Hey, look, I'm helping. 2 players there. Coalescence onto the Soldier. Doesn't get taken down. We do have our main coal, though. Can we get the Mercy down? We've got a self-heal with it. Okay, fade through for the overhealth. Cassidy's here. Looking for any isolated target. We do get the Cassidy down. Quick cheeky heal orb. That's going to give us a little mini coal, but it's a very small one. Probably should have used that to heal ourselves, actually. Knowing that we're never killing the target, so maybe just the self-heal from it could have been quite useful there. Either way, enemy team capture that point. I mean, we're on 40k cash. It is the highest in the game right now. So I'd say something's working. Got to watch out for a grab, though. Probably got to fade this early. We do get we get quite a lot of players, actually. 4 seconds of Coalescence. Soldier very weak. Do take him down, but it's going to cost us our life. Even with our tankiness, if the whole team turns round onto us, then yeah, it's not going to work. I think this would be exceptional with a dive composition, by the way. Like, it would be insane if everybody was just like jumping in onto the enemy team. I think that might be a meta build. I haven't checked out all of the other heroes and the rest of the patch notes. All right, we've got a fade. No, we didn't have the extra distance because we didn't fade through anybody at all. Jetpack Cat going for an ult as well, trying to pull somebody off the map. It's not going to matter, though. 2-2 the score. We're 10k cash behind the enemy team, but we're earning good money. Some other players aren't, probably because they're not getting much healing. Let's be honest. Even with my aggressive chain grasp builds, in the downtime we do quite a lot of grasp healing. Even with the orb builds, you know, cross orbal gets healing on players. This one, we've not got cross orbal. We're not playing near our tank or anything. We're playing backline Moira. Yeah. Energized bracers, we're selling that, but and wrist wraps, just see what we can get. If we do take wrist wraps though, because it is such a good item for the cost. What options have we got here? Did you see that? There was something there. We're not picking it right now, but there was something there. So we picked Nano Cola for now. Vitality Amplifier. It was something new, by the way. Vitality Amplifier as well is going to give us some health, but the cool thing is that when we're low health, it's going to give us our ability Lifesteal. When we're high health, it gives us ability Power. That's actually going to help with Destruction's Divide, because as we're, you know, fading through and they shoot us up a bit, then having that ability Lifesteal will be nice. Unfortunately, though, by the time they get us to under half health, our Coalescence has probably expired. So, if anything, you want weapon Lifesteal at that point. This build is expensive, like to get all the elements that we want and have some damage. I don't feel like we can afford something like Phantasmic Flux. Or we'd have to get only that, and then our damage really starts to suffer because we're just not building much damage, and that is a bit of a problem. We need the tankiness to survive. It's either going to be something like health items or you know, just getting some extra armor, or it's going to be cooldown reduction. One of those things has to keep us alive, and right now we haven't really figured it out. Big fade through the players though. Oh, the spawn turrets hit us there. They don't even allow you to play in that area. Like, I hate that. Absolutely hate that. Because it means that they can safely kind of sit on the choke point. See, so frustrating. Okay, we got a few enemies there. Coalescence. Yeah, didn't do too much. We got the overhealth. And I mean, it seems to work like Scientific Death Odd, where we keep that overhealth. So, I mean, this could be great as a tanky build, by the way. You think, like, and we will be trying that, but not in today's videos. So, imagine that we go a kind of full tanky, fade through enemies, but then we have Coalescence as well. Like, every time we fade through. Like, tanky cooldown reduction, Coalescence, overhealth. Sounds expensive, but also sounds like it could be a lot of fun. Ooh, we want to fade through the Zarya to at least get a little mini coal. Oh, Mercy, take a little bit of damage. It's going to be difficult to fade through players here, though. Like, even though they're there, when we fade through, how are we going to get out again? I mean, that's one way to do it. I told you the jetpack cat was annoying, waiting for the fade, knowing that we're just going to go in every time, and we're not going to stop it just in case the jetpack cat has an ult. No, we'll just take the loss and then go next, right? At least the ult's out of them. Team's pushing in DPS, doing a good job with their minimal heals. I don't know what's really changed about Wu Yang. As I said, haven't read the patch notes. Don't know what's changed really with any of the heroes, but I know there's big changes across the board. There's a Mercy. Oh, trying to fade through that. Hear the Cassidy rolling. I completely forgot there was a door up top. I was like, where is he? Is he coming over on the platform? Or no, he's at choke, and it was, yeah. He's up top. Take a little Helix rocket there. Got our main Coalescence. Fade through. Can we have Mini-Coalescence followed by main Coalescence? Not if we take that much damage though. Heal Orb. Are we going to use it? We need another fade first. Oh, okay. Well, we're just popping that one. That's the mini coal. We've got our main coal as well. Oh, soldiers. We can't do it with that either. The overhealth might help. Coalescence. Heal ourselves up first. Heal ourselves up again. Soldier pushes in. Now we can get in there. Oh, okay, enemy team. Look like they're going to be capping this one. We were inactive for too long. Just like zoned out by the enemy soldier. Okay, 75% capped. We are going to spawn in time, I think, for this. But who's going to be brave? If only we had Electrolyte or Feathered Soul here. Somebody can. Okay, Cassidy's going for it. We're going to jump over. We've got the extra fade height. Remember, we do get the touch, heal orb, bounce in. That should heal the Orisa, but we don't survive. Oh, okay. I mean, Orissa's going off the map. But if Cassidy's going to get 3 of them with High Noon, then we might have a chance. There is a Zaya though. If she's high energy with a support, that's a difficult matchup for 2 DPS to win. I'm wondering if I can go the platform here. Oh, I mean, Cassidy's just killing everybody. What is... I don't know what... If they've changed something with that Deadeye build or... Who knows? Well, are we going to make the jump? We'll never know. Oh, okay, we know. We heard it. We didn't make it. So, not that much cash generation. I know I said this build scales. It does. I didn't say how late into the game. I feel like it's only about now that you start getting the damage up. Going into round 6, we get another power. Ethereal Excision. Using Biotic Grasp or Coalescence on a target affected by an orb deals 20% critical damage or healing. Fire your orb, use Coalescence or Grasp an enemy, right? And you get additional damage. Super Serum, the gadget that's amazing with Destruction's Divide. Gadget Maximizer, 10% ability power, 5% cooldown reduction, 25% gadget cooldown reduction. Now that's exciting. Super Serum that now has a 25% cooldown reduction on it. So what, it's normally 30 seconds in between uses? 23 seconds now. Okay, so the plan here is you can't use the gadget while you're in Coalescence, you can't use it while you're in the Mini-Coalescence, but you can use it beforehand. It does last like 5 seconds or something. So the idea is fade through use Super Serum, fade through a bunch of players, Destruction's Divide, and we'll get a couple of seconds with that Super Serum, and we should be able to proc that quite often, or trigger it even, or use it, whatever you want to call it. Plus it gives attack speed, and that gadget cooldown item gives ability power, so we are going to improve the amount of damage that we do by quite a lot here. Let's see how it works out. Okay, looking for a fade. Okay, I mean, we used it there. That was a very small amount of Coalescence, and yet a very big burst of damage. I think also with that crit, right? At this point, round 6, this build could be insane. Might need a few changes. Okay. Damage onto the Cassidy taken down. Okay, we don't have... We're not that tanky until we've faded through players. Right, we used our gadget. It was okay damage. I think we need the coal to last a bit longer. Main Coalescence, look how quick. I mean, okay, it's not that quick, but now we've got this. We did also use the gadget, I think, with that Coalescence. Mini-Coalescence, we did get it. It does extend it, but it's a little bit weird. Soldier taken down. Our Orisa does drop, though. Get 2 players here. Can we deal some damage? Mercy flying in the air. We did have the gadget, but not going to get a chance to use it. Used it. I think we used it there, did we? No, I don't know. Either way, the ruin of fun arrived again. It's fine. They're doing a good job. Or as Anna would say. Yeah, you got it. Right. 1 minute 25 seconds left on the clock. We are in the lead. The build is feeling good. More importantly, the build is feeling fun. And this Cassidy... What? I need to look this up because this Cassidy's killing everyone. With High Noon. Nobody kills anyone with High Noon. Something's changed and that sounds like it's going to be bad. Right, can we be a bit sneaky? Gadget first. Fade. The problem is we also need an orb, right? So we need orb first, which we didn't use because that other power that we get. Oh, okay, Jetpack Cat eliminated. Heal orb for ourselves. Main Coalescence. Yeah, tried to get the soldier down. I mean, we contributed, but Cassidy getting another... I don't even know. Like, we'll have to have a look at that. Blizzard seems to have a thing about just making Cassidy busted in every game mode, just everywhere. And I think it's been that way since release. There's been very few times that he hasn't been incredibly strong. Oh, here we go. This is our moment. Gadget, no orb though, we forgot that. We're still learning. We take down the Mercy. She's 1 health. Jetpack Cat gets us off the map again. I mean, look, enemy team's only just moving it. We've got time. We are limit testing all the time, right? We want to see and figure out how to play. These games are not about the result. These games are about learning. Okay, well, I mean, Soldier looks like they've cleaned him up. Orisa getting a couple of kills. That crit sound, by the way, that's the healing. It doesn't make that sound when you damage an enemy that's affected by an orb, but it makes that sound when you heal an ally who's being healed by an orb and you use Grasp. It's weird, but fine. Anyway, let's go on to the next game. I promise you, Flying Coalescence. Now, this is the same build, same opening. We'll swap around Void Hoppers and Destruction's Divide, but this time we are going to fly, and I think this version's better. Plus, we're getting a bit better at playing with it, right? This is my second game with this. We played this one immediately after the other one. Long queue times on support, though. Okay, big fade through players. This is round 1. Coalescence is strong, like round 1. The regular ult is strong round 1, right? It just starts to really drop off as players get more health. So I do quite like the idea of taking the mini ult first. You could potentially take something like Ethereal Excision, because that is going to give you a damage boost, and there's so many ways to try and play this. Oh, that fade was catastrophic. We've got Cassidy chase, everyone's chases. We've got a heal orb in here, but it's not going to be enough. Fine if we miss the targets. I mean, even if we hit them, it probably wouldn't have worked out very well. Probably still a little bit of the mentality that we've got, what's it called? Void Hoppers still, and we're getting over health when we fade through players. Now, the one thing about Void Hoppers is that it's not giving the ult charge that Scientific Death Odd did. That would be kind of busted. In fact, it definitely would be busted. Imagine if the Mini-Coal is giving you ult charge, plus every time you fade through people, it's giving you every like 10 seconds. You'd be having a Coalescence. Bit scared of a grab there. Could definitely have one at this point. Whether or not they want to use it just on us, I don't know. Okay. Juno gets a little bit weak. Let's fire an orb towards the point. Juno taken down with regular grasp. Cassie's there. Oh no, he held the high noon. Okay, he wasn't facing us the whole time, so he didn't charge up on us. Alright, we do have our ult. No Destruction's Divide on it though, but I mean, it's round 1 Coalescence. It's still pretty good. We don't get MVP. Only like 2k damage or so, but I mean, it felt decent.
I can hardly believe my optics when I see stats like these.
Oh, Mercy getting MVP there. Enemy Kiriko on 12k cash.
It's time for clash.
It's a big map for fading through players. So remember, we said let's. Oh, we have to get alternative energy, by the way. It also grants attack speed, which affects Coalescence, right? So I think if you fade through 5 enemies, because it can stack like 5 times, I think. Yeah, your Coalescence is going to hurt a lot. So when you can get the fade through the players and the Mini-Coal, I think it is going to be very, very nice. I didn't actually see... I don't know. I don't know the exact numbers. But let's see how Void Hoppers works with this. We've kept Feathered Souls. So I think they're the only 2 items that I bought, right? So we don't get any extra damage apart from what's on Alternative Energy. But Feathered Souls hopefully can allow us... Because, I mean, if you fade through one more player, then you're going to get a big damage boost, right? This is why I think it's quite important to have it. But you do have to be a little bit careful, because if you fire an orb and that orb deals damage, you're going to immediately lose that speed increase. So it probably won't feature in later versions of this build. I think we'll just go, it's not worth it. We'll just figure out something better to do in the early game. Oh, we got a few fades there. Genji pushing us though. Can get a little fade through him as well. Got also some healing from our orb there. Genji zoned out of the fight, at least for now. Cassidy's here. I mean, did we get 2 or 3? 3 seconds of coal. Yes, dealt quite a bit of damage to everybody. Genji's on us as well. Should have just fired at the orb, but okay. We didn't get the Genji. There was no reason to fade there. I was looking to fade through him and get Coalescence, but we could have just killed him. It's my mistake. Feathered Soul, right. Fade through 3, surely. 3 seconds of coal, but no real position for this. Yeah, the problem is that now we're missing Destruction's Divide. Like, our survivability is a lot nicer. I mean, going for this is crazy. Oh, we didn't even get the Fade, don't chase us. Like, the survivability is good with Void Hoppers, but the damage is just kind of bad. Especially if it takes us 1 second to find a target. Okay, Cassidy with some Fan the Hammer madness there. Oh, hello. Right, they are going to take it here. Our cash not particularly high. I tell you what, guys, I cannot wait to look through all of, like, just all of the potential builds. And I forgot to mention it earlier, but guys, if you haven't hit the like button on the video, it really does help me out. There's going to be so much content coming out as well. So if you want to see me cover everything about Moira and other heroes, we will get there as well. But for a little while, it's going to be mostly Moira. Then make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Right, fade through. Pressure onto the Genji. Getting a lot of pressure. Main Coalescence. Trying to hit the Juno more so than the Xayah. Clone as well. Bit frustrating. Frenzy Amplify would have been nice there. Fade through 2. Xayah getting low. Oh, should have probably stuck on that there. I don't think we actually kill her, but either way, she doesn't get to the point. The kind of flanky distraction has some value, even if our healing is terrible. Also, though, didn't earn too much cash.
Next up, put those hands together. It's time for push.
We're actually behind on money, even though we're 2 rounds up. Only a small amount, but it is there. Right, Abyss Boots, that was the name. So we needed this item before. I think we got it in round 2. But because we earned enough money, this time we had to wait until round 3 to get it. Can get Power Playbook. That's going to give us a bit more damage on those Coalescence and Orbs. Exo Spring's no longer a gadget, by the way. Kind of interesting. Have to see if it triggers Chain Grasp or not. Because if it does, then that means you could have Exo Boots and another gadget, and you've got your Fade and Orb to trigger. If you can rotate them well. That's something we're going to have to be testing.
Teams have 20 seconds left to prepare for the round.
Okay. So did I pick the Flying Coal? I think I didn't yet, right? I think I haven't got the money to do it. Maybe we did. Yeah, I didn't really pay too much attention to the build at this point. Hopefully you guys did. Let's see how this round goes. Either way, I mean, we'll soon know, right? As soon as we fade through players, are we going to fly? So, one of the reasons why the Flying Coal, by the way, is so... Oh, if they all come through there, though. Feathered Soul. I think we got all of them. How long is this Coalescence for? 5 seconds of coal. We just got basically a full ult. Like, right at the start of the round. Kiriko's very, very low health there. Mini-ult. Not enough. That was only a 1-player one. Oh, Genji's on us now, though. Okay. I mean, we dealt 1,500 damage. I think we probably would have just done more with Chain Grasp, though. But we wouldn't have had as much fun. Or at least old Chain Grasp. Right. I think I used... oh, no. We didn't use the Feathered Souls to get out of spawn that time. We used it now, hoping that we can fade through a couple of players. No, no Flying Coal yet. That'll come in the next round. I'm sure of it. It's just, it's now not as cheap as it was. By the way, we are running for our life here. Juno and Genji are chasing us. Heal Orb. We had Fade, but not really any good position to fade from. Okay. Enemy team making some progress. Fade out spawn. Void Hoppers now makes that weird noise when you fade. Okay. Oh, Feathered Soul. It does really help, by the way. Cassidy's low health. Cassidy's eliminated. Main Coalescence. Destruction's Divide. Okay, I think we were just... no, wait. We don't have Destruction's Divide yet. I was wondering why it wasn't... Like, the color wasn't there. Mini-Coalescence. Oh, no, Genji Orb. Fire damage, there's no point in healing. It's not keeping us alive. Yeah, I was like, why is the Coalescence purple and yellow? But yeah, we don't have it yet because it's only round 3. It does mean that we'll have the full combo when we start flying though. Okay, Sigma Ult comes in. We hear footsteps that way. Nobody there right now. Mini-Coal, 2 seconds. Can we get the kill over onto her though? Oh, not really. Okay, we got quite a few players. Oh, it wasn't as many as I thought. I think, by the way, Suzu players, obviously they're untargetable, so you don't get the fade through. So if when you fade, a Kiriko hits Suzu, then yeah, it's kind of brutal. Especially if everybody's grouped, you think you're getting a whole team, and then you just get nothing. But I think Kiriko doesn't have Tuzu anymore, which is kind of cool. Well, 4,300 damage. We do get MVP this round, but the enemy team kind of just walked us. I'm just looking at Mercy stuff, not for any reason other than I'm curious if there's big changes or anything.
We're picking up speed with a payload race.
Right, hard map to fade through lots of players. However, good map for flight. Destruction's Divide or Ethereal Excision. It's kind of tough. Like, I like the idea of just that crit damage. But I think Destruction's Divide is probably the way to go. Yeah, that flying item now costs 11,000. It's only 15% ability power and flying during Coalescence. And if it cost that much before, I would have gone, never buy this. It would be like Subatomic Splitter, right? Which, by the way, is gone. Thank God. I would have been like, never buy this item. But with the Mini-Coalescences, what that means is you've got a lot of mobility. When you fade through, you can just go up in the air. And that's... You'll see. You'll see. It's so much fun. I think I'm going to always be picking the flying power. Because I think if you want distraction, fade through, getting overhealth, ending up in the sky above them, potentially retreating while you do it, right? But the one thing is, when I use Coalescence in flight, I don't know how to go down. I only kind of go up. I'm sure the Mercy players are kind of laughing, but I've tried pressing like crouch and stuff. And it just doesn't seem to work. Look at that flight. I mean, okay, the whole enemy team's here. Bit of cooldown reduction, we'd get another fade and another flight. Limit testing, guys. Just believe in the process. We're going to learn more by learning how far we can push things than just staying safe. Hear the Genji footsteps. I don't really want to fade through just the Genji there to get the Mini-Coal because it doesn't last any time at all. We can get more players. Oh, there's a group there. Oh, they were bubbled though. It's only 2 seconds. We do go up into the sky. Drop down. We're going to get a fade soon. Okay, we didn't get any players with that, but the extra jump height on fades did really help us. Yeah. Ah, oh, Suzu. It should have been such a good one there, but we didn't get any time, like 2 seconds, under 2 seconds. Still, team's doing good. Looks like our Vendetta's kind of crushing some players. Oh, Mercy with a res. Thank you very much. I've looked for the thank you heal. That didn't work. Flying Coalescence. Over onto the Xayah. Finish her off, or kill steal, however you want to brand that one. Feathered Souls again, which we use. Okay, I think we get one. See, here, I want to go down, but we're just kind of stuck out there in the open. Use our main Coalescence. Can we even get the Cassidy down here? Our damage is very low with it. We're kind of relying on Destruction's Divide doing a little bit. Oh, we can heal with Coalescence as well. Look at that. With the baby Coalescence. Of course, we probably should have kept healing, but we didn't. Okay, 2 seconds up in the sky again. Yeah, the problem is also we're not really using the damage orbs and getting that crit bonus, right? I mean, I guess we do get it with our grasp a bit. Okay, another bit of flight there. You can see how chaotic this could really be. Like, once we truly learn how to play with it and get the build optimal, this could be so chaotic. Just being able to fade into the enemy team and have another escape route being just flight. I mean, okay, we're not escaping a blade though. Our team in the lead here, but they're going to have to back off a little bit, I think. Mercy does get taken down. Sigma in a lot of trouble there. 2 targets are basically impossible for him to hit. Use Feather Souls because we need to get towards our team. Couldn't get to the tank in time though. Cassidy's there. We're still in the lead, but we need to do something here. We do have Coalescence. I kind of don't feel like that's going to be enough on its own. Let's fly up with Mini-Coalescence. Heal Orb. Main Coalescence. Genji not dying. Cassidy. We couldn't fly down because, yeah, we're not good with flight, I guess. Okay, enemy team is in the lead. Our tank needs to go forward and contest this. He sat on the wrong objective. He needs to go. He can't be on there about. Where's the urgency? It's a shame. I still don't think we're winning it anyway, but okay, bit of a disaster round. We only earn 7.666k. Kinda broke. And we've lost 2 in a row now. Hopefully this build scales, as I mentioned before. So we can get wrist wraps. That's just going to be probably our best. I mean, yeah, if we could get wrist wraps and then maybe something like energized bracers. Super serum, if we just get that, I mean, it's good with Coalescence, right? We can't get the gadget that gives cooldown reduction with it. But I mean, the 50% attack speed, it reduces your weapon damage, Super Serum, but it doesn't reduce your ability damage. Coalescence doesn't get reduced by that reduction, so you just get 50% attack speed when you're using Coalescence. Still dealt pretty decent money. Only 339 health is painful to look at though. Like, this build is a lot of fun, and we might be able to turn it into something that's very powerful once we really optimize it. But I just feel like it's not going to be Moira's strongest build. But yeah, look at that. That's our healing in the whole game. 4,200. We're not getting any of the self-heals. Like, with Chain Grasp builds or Ore builds before, we'd have Cross Orbal, right? So we'd be healing up our team accidentally. Right now, we're just not healing up our team. And yeah, sure, you could do a bit more healing and you could play a bit more passive, but then you're not really gonna, you know, get any use out of Coalescence. You'd have to fade through one enemy and then just heal, and yeah, it's a little bit difficult. Didn't use Super Serum there. Kind of forgot to use it, I guess, but we're getting a few kills here. A lot of kills here, actually. I used it this time, Super Serum. Did I? I didn't use it. I didn't use it. Fine. Fine. Right, let's be sneaky here. Orb. Super Serum. Fade through enemies. Coalescence. Yep, correct order. Let's see if it does anything. Oh, it does something. Kiriko deleted. I mean, we can't get out, though. That's a problem, but yeah, that's some nice burst damage with that combination. And once we get that gadget optimizer or whatever it's called, once we get that item, we're going to be able to do this, you know, almost every 2 orbs or something. Just need to figure out a way how to survive. Main Coalescence, Destruction Divide, quick heals, big burst damage. We also use the gadget here. You see the damage difference it's got. I mean, that's, yeah, kind of strong, I think. Same play again then. Orb. Super Serum. Fade. We got a lot of players this time. Cassidy gets taken down by the soldier, but we did most of the hard work. Was going to heal Orb, but noticed that there was no one chasing me. So instead, Genji bubbled though. Yeah, the bubbles are a little bit tricky here. Fade through the Zarya, Mini-Coalescence over onto the Genji. Doesn't really do much, doesn't last long enough. 2 players minimum is what you need. Can't really fade through there. We've got to wait for the grab to wear out. Coalescence, let's go for some heals. I think if you do fade and the Coalescence is under like only 1 player's worth, you probably should heal with it most of the time. We didn't use our gadget like at all. Okay, fine. I did consider using it like right at the end of that after the Mini-Coalescence, but then I thought, maybe not. We might not have it for the next push. Okay, out of spawn. Enemy team going to be capping this objective for sure. Oh, I wish it was chain grass there. That's not great, but when you can fly, you can kind of get out of situations a bit. Destruction's Divide, we're going to have to self-heal first of all with it. Over the roof, we can fade while we're in coal, remember. Genji getting very, very low. But yeah, kind of just wasted everything. We didn't use our gadget as well with coal. Used that frustration here, hoping just regular attack speed would help us out. Can we kill the clone? Just, you know, get rid of that heals. Mini coal over onto the Genji. Does do a decent chunk there. Clone down again. Frenzy Amplifier would be really nice at this point. Baby coal over onto the Juno. Ugh, we haven't got anything though. Health is moving. Okay. Okay, that balanced, I guess. Oh, we've got a visor in play. Mercy's doing a good job. Stayed out of the grab. It's looking good. Sigma ult didn't get any kills, but did it make any players low health? Gonna fade through. Zarya's very, very low. Kiriko taken down. We do have our gadget. We use it when we fade through. We also got a fade through over onto the Juno. Zarya's surely going to completely melt here. Okay, well, Cassidy couldn't get there in time. That felt a lot better. Super Serum certainly making up for something there. Money's okay, but it's, you know, we're kind of middle of the table, I guess.
Get ready for chaos in Clash. What tactics will the
right,
come up with this round?
the power. Lumerico definitely would give us a lot of survivability, but a gadget maximizer, that's the one. I feel like that's the item to pick here. Frenzy Amplifier would be very good. Like just the fact that we could kill a clone or something. We are going to get Ethereal Excision, or if it's renamed, whatever that is. Power Playbook will give us an extra 10%. Shady Spectacles, though, we've got no ability lifesteal in all of our build. So I think there is value even though we lose out on the damage, and we are definitely suffering from a lack of damage there. I feel like ability lifesteal, it'll allow us to right click with Destruction's Divide a bit more often. Yeah, got to remember, fire the orb, then hit them with coal. It's a lot to remember actually, like the combination of buttons. Orb first, Super Serum, fade through the enemies, coal and fly. I mean, it's not that difficult, but when you're in combat and your cooldowns are all coming up at different times, it can be a bit tricky to try and remember all of them. Right, let's see how this round goes. Round 6, 3-2 up. Cash is basically neck and neck. Juno getting a few shots on us at the start. Orb first, gadget, fade through, burst. No targets. Oh, now we're being chased. Now we're being chased by the Juno again. Get a fade through. We can fly now as well. Confuse them a little bit. All the way behind them. Slide down on the roof. More fade through the players. I mean, this is the chaos. Like, as I said, imagine this with a dive team. Like, because our team's basically diving now, right? So imagine this kind of I mean, yeah, just that's where the potential is. At least in my opinion. Okay, we're going to fade through. I didn't feel like we could fade backwards. That's why we're healing over the roof. A little bit of damage over onto the Cassidy, but he's got a lot of health right now. We do have our fade. We can fade through the Xayah. Why not, right? Get the overhealth. Okay, fade through. I think we only got the Xayah though. Oh, it's enough to take down the Juno. Did we use our gadget? No, we didn't. We tried to use it now because we were going to use our main Coalescence, but Genji tracked us up there and yeah, it took us out. Soldier dancing around them. Dancing around the Xayah. Like it's an old sentry gun in Team Fortress Classic. Oh, showing my age there. That was always fun to circle around those. Okay, I thought they would be spawning about now, but we kind of just wasted our entire Coalescence. This wasn't a troll coal. I genuinely just wanted to hit them as they all came out of the spawn. Hopefully we don't lose the round because of it. Okay, I mean, chaos. These chaotic situations, look how good it is. Crits on heals. That's something which we also really need to experiment with. I think there's a ton more like viable mega heal builds for Moira now. Like they got rid of so many bad powers, and I think it's going to be really difficult to do some of the hybrid builds that we did before. But some of the more specialist builds, like if you want to be a healer, if you want to be a AP, if you know, DPS grasp and stuff, I think they are going to be very strong. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. We've got so much coming up on the channel over the next week or so. It's going to be insane. I don't yet know if the season is good or bad, but what I do know right now is that it's going to be fun exploring all these different options. Good job, Blizzard, until I hate you again later in the season. Guys, thanks very much for watching. GG, I'll see you in the next one.